I'm told to avoid bus stops at night, but on that fateful evening, circumstances forced me to break that cardinal rule. The rain poured relentlessly, drenching the city streets and leaving me stranded without an umbrella. Seeking refuge, I hurried towards a dimly lit bus stop, nestled in an obscure corner. As I approached the shelter, an eerie feeling gripped my heart. The atmosphere was suffused with an unsettling silence, save for the rhythmic drumming of raindrops. The flickering streetlights cast long, distorted shadows that danced eerily on the pavement. I shivered, not entirely due to the cold, and questioned the wisdom of my decision. Minutes turned into hours, and the wait seemed interminable. The only solace I had was the occasional passing car, their headlights illuminating the surrounding darkness. But each time, the fleeting brightness only heightened the shadows, deepening the enigmatic fear that enveloped me. Time seemed to lose its meaning, as if the world beyond the bus stop ceased to exist. The sensation of being watched intensified, and I began to notice strange movements in the corner of my eye. Each time I turned to look, there was nothing but the vacant street, stretching into an abyss of uncertainty. A gust of wind howled through the empty street, causing the rain-soaked trees to sway menacingly. Goosebumps prickled my skin, and my heart pounded with trepidation. A chilling whisper carried on the wind, barely audible yet filled with a malevolent presence. Panic seized me, and I clutched my bag tightly, seeking any semblance of security. Just as despair began to consume me, the distant rumble of an approaching bus broke the silence. Relief washed over me, like a fleeting hope amidst the encroaching darkness. I mustered all my courage and stepped closer to the curb, eyes fixed on the distant headlights piercing through the night. As the bus emerged from the black veil of the night, my heart sank. It wasn't the familiar transit I expected, but a dilapidated vehicle with rusted. The bus came to a creaking halt, its tires screeching on the rain-slicked road. The door swung open with a grating sound, inviting me into its ominous embrace. With trembling legs, I cautiously boarded the bus, its interior as desolate as the outside. The pale illumination revealed worn-out seats, torn upholstery, and an unsettling odor of decay. I staggered towards the driver of the bus and mumbled my intended destination, but the driver remained silent, a frightened figure in the cab of the bus. As the bus lurched forward, an unsettling realization dawned upon me. There were no other passengers, no signs of life apart from my own existence. The bus trudged through desolate streets, veering into unfamiliar territory, defying any logical route. My pleas to the driver for answers were met with an eerie silence that echoed through the empty vehicle. Hours melded into a seemingly endless journey, and despair clutched at my soul. The windows revealed a distorted reflection of my own fear, stricken face, distorted by the relentless raindrops trickling down the glass. The shadows within the bus seemed to writhe and contort, casting elongated shapes that whispered of unseen horrors. Suddenly, the bus shuddered to a halt, its wheels spinning futilely against a muddy road. Panic gripped me, and I dashed towards the exit, desperate to escape this surreal nightmare. But as I reached the door, it swung shut with a thunderous clang, trapping me inside. Second driver turned towards me, its face obscured by darkness. A chilling, disembodied voice resonated through the bus, mocking my desperate attempts to flee. It spoke of lost souls, cursed journeys, and a bus stop that devoured all who dared to wait in its forsaken embrace. The walls of the bus began to close in, and the shadows transformed into grotesque creatures, clawing at me with bony fingers. Their icy touch paralyzed me, rendering me helpless against their malevolence. I screamed, my voice swallowed by the consuming darkness. And then, as quickly as it had begun, the nightmare ended. I awoke, crying, gasping for breath, my body drenched in cold sweat. The morning light streamed through my bedroom window, dispelling the remnants of the dream.